The close part by the old harbour was known by all the lads down here as the Red Pool, because the water, when the tide was out, what water was left remaining there was as red as a glass of claret. And of course we used to bathe in it, we didn't think anything of it. And if you bathe too long, of course, you come out with a lovely orange suntan.
I knew more about it after I started in the ordnance factory as an apprentice, and got to know what they were doing, dismantling bombs and grenades and what have you, and where the stuff was being pumped. One of the things that we didn't have there were any sort of signs to tell you, keep away.
I mean, we didn't know anything about toxic effluents or anything. And there was nothing at all really that came out from the MOD, from the councils or anything else as we know about.
The chemicals went into the muds and out to sea. Once there, they may well have entered the food chain through the local cockle-picking industry. The former local MP, Denzil Davies, has little doubt about what the MOD knew.
I think it must have been known. As I say, I don't think the MOD could say we didn't know the properties of TNT and what effect it would have.
Exposure to chemicals in TNT is thought to lead to cancer and other toxic effects. The environmental legacy of the old ROF does not end there, however. In 1970, a local campaign called Save Our Sands stopped the Ministry of Defence from turning the entire site into a gunnery range. The MOD decontaminated the land in 1965. Acid factories like P3 were shipped out, but other waste was burned on site and buried in pits. A metre of topsoil was added. It was a very basic clean-up operation compared to today.
In those days, the Ministry of Defence didn't clean their places up, did they? And of course, it's very difficult to get information out of them. I mean, it's not the best of departments to get information. And papers, no doubt, were lost. You know, goats in the basement of the Ministry of Defence had eaten parchments. At least that's what we were told.
Denzil Davies believes that the MOD had a duty of care and should have shown more interest in the health and welfare of those in the area. We asked the Ministry of Defence about this issue and were told,
"The MOD takes seriously its duty of care to civilian employees, contractors and the public. In this case, the duty lies with the local authority. The MOD will take action if a risk is identified and if the MOD has legal liability."
Well, I never heard that they had any duty of care. I mean, once the SOS campaign was, won and consolidated, it seems, yes, as though they just washed their hands of the whole thing.